Hey everybody, what's going on? You guys doing all right? Okay, I hope you're all doing very well. So you're probably wondering what the heck is Binaural Eats doing sitting up on top of his roof? Well, we had a really big windstorm the other day and some of my cap shingles blew off. And I had a comment a couple weeks ago. Somebody asked if I could do a video of just some random carpentry or construction work. So um, I found a bunch of my shingles laying in my front yard the other day, and I have to replace them. I found a bunch of other stuff wrong with my roof. That always happens, you know. You move into a new home, and if you know anything about roofing, you go up on the roof and look around, and you find all kinds of crazy stuff. So my ridge vent wasn't installed properly, so I'm just gonna replace the ridge vent, kind of show you what was wrong with the installation and just make it right. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I just thought it would be a fun idea, and since I have to come up here and fix it, I might as well hang out with you guys for a little bit, right? So it's a beautiful day. It's right around 50 degrees, so uh, I'm gonna get started and show you a few things here before I replace it, okay? All right, you guys, so there's my ridge vent. This is the very top of my roof. This is the second story part, so all of the caps blew off of the ridge vent yesterday in the big windstorm, and there you can see some ripped ones right there. So I'm just gonna tear everything off and replace it, make it new again. See some patchwork there. I don't know what that was, but anyway, the funny thing about this, when I got up here and I started looking around, is the ridge vent, for one, they never put the end plugs in. So this ridge vent, it should have end plugs in there, and there's no end plug in there. So anything can crawl inside your home. You can get, insects, bugs, maybe even a small bird could just go in there and make a home. And the peak of your house is open for ventilation, so you're just inviting all kinds of bad things to get into your attic. So we definitely don't want that. Second thing I noticed was they use their coil roofing nails to install the ridge vent. Look, you can just take your finger and just pop that right up. So you should never be able to do that. So I can literally remove this whole entire ridge vent with just my hands. They should have used at least 2-inch roofing nails and hand nailed this ridge vent down. So yeah, not a good situation, but I'm gonna fix it all up real nice and neat. And then if we go down and look at the other side, you'll notice the same thing. See if I can get a look at this side. You probably can't see it that well, but there's definitely no, if I can get this up, there we go. See, no end cap in there either. And then there's the inside of your home, that's a pretty wide opening for your ridge vent, so you get good ventilation up in your attic. So, without that end cap being in there, you're just not in the best position when it comes to keeping the little critters out of your attic. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip all this off, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. Okay, it probably shouldn't take me too long to tear this off. Okay, be right back. It took me about 5 minutes to rip off that the old ridge vent. So that's what it looks like now. Nice and clean. I blew it off real good with my little blower there, so no dirt or anything gets down in the attic. So you can see that's, that's a pretty wide opening there. So without those end caps in there, anything could have got down in the attic. So I'm almost kind of glad that this happened. That way I was, able to get up here and, see what was going on. So, all right, let me get started putting it all back together. All right, you guys, so I rolled out my first roll of ridge vent there. I'm gonna have it, see, there's the edge of my roof, so I want it to be about 1, 2, 3 caps from the end. I want the full ridge to be ventilated, but I don't want my vent coming all the way to the edge. I want it in about 1.5 foot or so. So I just rolled it out. I'm going to put a tack right here on the end. And then I'm going to have another piece butted up to this to go all the way down to the other end there. So there's going to be a seam here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find these. Yeah, there they are. So here's the plugs I was telling you about. You should put one of these in each end. Even if it's, a seam here, and it's going to be a continuous run, just in case, maybe a high wind comes and blows off another shingle again, right here where the seam is, you'll have the caps in there to protect, any water from running inside. So let me see if I can do this real quick. I'm going to try and do it one-handed so I can hold the camera. But yeah, I'm just going to stick that right inside there. Just like that. Okay. So let me go ahead and get this nailed in, and I'll come back with you in a little bit, okay? I just have a few tacks here and there in it just to hold it in place. The wind was kind of messing with me a little bit, but so here's the end. I took some roof cement and put it right there. And I also took some roof cement and put it on the end where my little end cap goes. That way it's not going to blow out of there. So this way everything is sealed down real nice just like that. So let me go ahead and finish nailing everything up, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright, so I have my first piece of ridge vent on there. It's all nailed in nice and neat. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my second one on. Cut it off at the end there. And then we'll cap it up with some cap shingles. I have a good start on putting the cap shingles on so far. Everything's going good. I couldn't find an exact match for the ridge cap shingles. Those are brown wood. I needed teak, but teak is a special order color now and I couldn't get it, so I think this is actually going to look pretty good. It's a little darker, but I think it's going to look really nice. This is what I was talking about earlier. You want to get some good, see if I can find them here. These are 3-inch roofing nails. I would say no smaller than a 2-inch roofing nail, because you want to go through the cap, through the ridge vent, and get a good depth into the plywood underneath. That way they're not going to blow off again. So I'm using 3 inches just to be safe, but I would say if you're doing it, at least 2-inch roofing nails, and hand nail it, because if you use the roofing gun, most of the time they're just going to blow right through, and your caps are just going to blow off. So I always hand nail mine with 3-inch roofing nails. Okay, let me finish up and I'll show you the final product. Alright, so here is the finished product. It actually went pretty good. I think I've probably from start to finish been out here about 2 hours. Plus, I had to make a run and get shingles. like I said, I think that brown wood looks really nice up here. But of course, have you guys ever heard of Murphy's Law? I know a lot of you guys watching are probably construction workers or whatnot. Murphy's Law basically means if anything bad can happen, it's probably going to happen. And look at this. I ran out of my cap shingles right there at the very end. I think I need like 2 more. So, yeah, that's all right though. There's some of the old caps down in the garage. There's about 2 or 3 shingles worth, so just enough to finish up. So let me go grab those real quick and I'll finish up. And I'll be right back. There's my backyard, you guys. I think I showed it to you last year. Swimming pool, and along this fence here, you see my little baby trees along the fence there. Those are called Thuja Green Giants. They're little babies right now, but I planted them last year, and they should get, 20 to 25 feet tall, so that'll be like a nice privacy fence there with the trees. And I always have just you guys can probably hear them right now, just a ton of birds chirping. So it's such a nice house, beautiful neighborhood. The expressway is over there off in the distance. I don't know if you can hear maybe just a little bit of the traffic going by, but let me go grab those last couple shingles and I'll be right back. All right, everything's finished up. I found 2 shingles down there in the garage that was just enough. So there's my finished ridge vent. So yeah, if any of you guys watching have heard of Murphy's Law, make sure and let me know in the comments. I always like hearing about stuff like that. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun video just to do something different. I used to do roofing for 20 years at least, probably closer to 25 years before I became a factory worker. So there you go. As always, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending a little time with me. That was a lot of fun. I tell you what, I'm pretty tired too. I haven't done stuff like this in a long time. It was a lot of trips up and down the ladder, but definitely worth it. So thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I've gotten so many new subscribers over the last few months. It's just amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thanks for all the wonderful comments you send me every day. I still read each and every one of them. It's a real bright part of my day. I really enjoy reading them, so keep them coming, okay? All right, you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.